Alright guys, welcome back to another Catan game. Looking at the board, I think we have to take this 6-5-11 point down and get on that 3 of wheat spot. He's gonna go for 3 to 1, I suppose. And our 9 becomes the massive block, which is fine. I don't want to go ahead and take it just yet, but also the opportunity is inviting, might as well. All we need are 2 more 6s, and we should be good. Get our first 9, so I'm going to use that to probably... Well, I was going to buy a dev card, but... And he's buying a dev card, so makes sense. Get a VP, not good. 7's out, that's good. Disable Karma, we're playing... Okay. It's 1v1, man. But also the 5's rolling 3 times. Insane. Let's wait for our next game. Alright, looking at the board. The board. Huh. I really like this spot over here, point towards the right, only because I think we can get good ore and sheep on the way back. For him, the 9-10-6 paired with the 9-10-5 on the bottom makes the most sense. In fact, that also makes a lot of sense for me. But that's okay. We went ahead and we picked our poison. I think the coordinated 8s on the ore might pay off pretty well, as well as the expansion on the 3-11-4 up top, and then the 3-1 port towards the right, and the ore port, so there's a lot we can work with over here. Yep. And he's gonna take the 9-10-6, I hope. Otherwise, that is too juicy of a spot that you're leaving me there with Pal. Especially if I can get on the wood port. Oh my god. Actually, now that I think about it, should I I'm tempted. You know what I'm tempted? This 3-4-6 point towards the top. Yeah, let's run this, because then I can get on the extra bit of ore myself, the 11 ore, which probably doesn't get blocked, and build my way up to the 6-3-11. And I can try to go for that 9 sheep on the bottom. Yeah, works out well. So he needs a 10, we need a 4 or a 5. Just need a 4 or a 5 at this point. Sorry, 4 or a 10, what am I saying? There we go. So we have the settle in our hand. Do I take it? I do. I don't want to risk any plows just yet. Now I'm waiting for a couple of 4s or even a 10 on my turn so I can plow him that way on the ore. Okay, he decides to be smart about it. And let's go ahead and move that over here. Oh, insane. 5 is rolling. Waiting for 10 again. 10. Okay, get a 7. Don't. Okay, does that. We already have wheat, so we're okay with that block. And he's probably going to settle on that ore spot first, ports everything for wheat. It's one thing I've realized is that people tend to block the card that they need, which is interesting. We are not going to worry about that 9-11 spot, although I could get plowed from the back. But he only has 2 break. He decides to settle over there. If I block that 10, I think it's pretty GG for him. So that's what I need to do. Rough. Let's come over here. Waiting for... Jeez, that's pretty good. Go ahead and block that 10 and settle over here. And now I think we just have a super dominating position. I can go on that 3-4-11 as well as this 11-9 spot if I want. But first I think everything needs to be ported out. And finally we get a good block off of him. Looking for... There we go. There we go. We get a city of our own. And I would like to city the 6-3-11 spot, only because that 6 wood will never get blocked. And then, if he hasn't decided to quit by now, which I'm glad he hasn't, looking for a 6 to roll. Okay, have to discard cards. Sucks. Block that 9. Get an ore, buy a knight, and I want to move it back on that 10. Play the aggressive knight. And then for our next settle spot, I'm thinking, is it worth it to get on that 9? Might not be. I think 3-1 is more important, so let's come down over here, take road and build over here like that. And now, with 6s and 5s, we literally get double everything. Takes our only brick, which is fine. Gets a good block off of us. Wow, gets a dev card right there if he decides to buy one. And he's gonna go for that spot over there, but not buying or building. I wonder what resource he's lacking. So we need 5s and 6s. Another 5. Oof. Massive hurtful block. He had a wheat, I'm pretty sure he did. LOL, these rolls seems pretty even to me. Gets all of that. Can't do much about that. Woof, love to see that. And I'm probably going to city up the... Hard to decide because all of these cities are perfectly fine. Probably the 3-4-6 on the bottom, just because that sheep then gives me extra cards. Has a weird road network. I have to dump my cards out. So I'm gonna do that, block the 10, get another ore. Get an 8, get a 5, port that out for a spot over here. 3, instant payoff. Decides to get a wheat to settle on the sheep port, I think. Okay. Everything but a settle, I see. 4 gives me a settle on the 11-9, which I will go ahead and do. Like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can go ahead and connect as well. Block that 10. Get that 8. And I'm just going to go ahead and buy dev cards at this point. Or actually just port for an ore and wait. Hoo-wee. Another 6. Massive wood game for sure. So that's to buy a dev card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and buy 2 dev cards, I think. 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Decides to quit. LOL. GG. It is what it is. We would have won that, without a doubt. Looking at the die stats, not even at all. He really needed those 9s to hit, and the 9s did not hit. The fact that the 9s hit as many times as the 2 is super telling, just because he's got so many numbers on the 9 that he needs. And the fact that 3 hit 5 times, I think, super helped us. So no doubt about it, was not an even game on his part. Looking at the dev cards, yep, activity stats, didn't really get a lot of block off of him. And looking at the resource stat, that's where the massive difference is. Anyway, let me know if you guys had fun, and I will see you guys next time.